It feels like everybody else is analog and you're digital.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like, it feels like, you know what I mean? It's like these are like cassette tape players right now. Like, that's what it feels like. We're here to pick up the fastest car in the world today. Surprisingly enough, it's electric. Let's see what happens. So far, the service has not been good. Guy in the showroom told us we can't film for some reason. And to be honest with you guys, the car was supposed to be ready at 2 o'clock, 2:35. Still, the car's not outside, not ready yet. The fastest car, it's very undramatic, isn't it? Interior is really cool, actually. I did a carbon interior. I don't think it's actually a carbon fiber, though. I think it's plastic with carbon.
Anytime you add a phone to the vehicle as well, it's going to be listed as a key. So you can add as many phones as you want.
Okay.
You basically have unlimited keys in that way. Each person, you know, like if you want to give access to somebody, they would just download the app with
my login. Yeah. Okay.
Then they have access to the car as well.
So you were telling me about the summons. How far can I summons the car?
So you do have to be like in a parking lot. You can't be, you know, it won't like come on the street.
If it's like by that truck over there, will it come? Yep. Oh, really? Okay.
So
will it come from an underground?
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
But if you go to your phone actually again, here, you'll see see where it says summon.
Yeah.
Tap on that. You'll be able to, as of right now, because it's not
calibrated.
Calibrated yet, it won't let you. But you'll see here, see those like the forward and back arrow. That's if you want it to just drive forward or back in a straight line. So like let's say it's in a tight garage and you just want to bring it
okay,
out.
I get that. Okay.
Push that.
Yeah.
If you want it to actually do the
smart
summon, you'll see it'll say like come to me. You'll have an option there. You just tap on that and then the vehicle will come to you wherever you're at. So let's say you're at Von Mills. Yeah. Car's way in the back.
It'll come to you. Okay.
It'll come to you.
That's good. Go.
So it's pretty awesome.
Okay. Well, guys, I don't know what to do yet. It all looks like a big computer. Swipe to choose direction.
How do you like the interior?
Honestly, I like the leather and the carbon fiber, if it's real carbon fiber. Honestly, the panel roof is crazy on this thing. It's the leather, the stitching. Actually, it's actually good quality. I don't even know if the car's on right now.
You can see your gears here now. See those letters?
Yes.
If you don't see that, the car's off.
Okay.
And it'll actually say car off there.
Okay.
But it is now like...
So I don't need to turn off and on the car at all?
No. So
just press the brake.
Like push the start or anything like that.
Okay.
It's really just you push the brake and it's running.
Usually for how many seconds?
Oh, just like
that's
one
it?
tap.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to keep it on there or anything.
Okay.
So this is what you'll see on the screen most of the time. So primarily, the middle screen is going to be your map. That's what you're going to have out there most of the time. Yeah. Back here is where you're going to have, you know, like your speed and all of the cruise information for driving.
Yeah, I'm glad to have this now. Okay.
In the very bottom left corner of the big screen, you'll see a car.
Yeah.
This is where you'll find all your settings.
Okay.
So for now, you can also swipe away that seatbelt warning. You can sort of bring that down.
Okay.
So as you can see, there's all kinds of different like subcategories where you can really adjust all the settings.
Yeah.
For the most part, we do have everything already set up to be automatic. So the steering yoke, just tap on that option there, and then you're going to use this volume, or it's like a volume wheel. You can roll it up and down for the height. It might already be at the uppermost position. Yeah, and then if you want to bring it in or out, if you want to telescope it, you sort of push on either side of that wheel. You'll kind of feel a bit of a click. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. So you'll start seeing whenever, it's not going to give you the option right now again because it's not calibrated.
Fair enough.
Down here, you'll see an option come up that says navigate on autopilot.
Wow, okay.
And then once you're driving, you just hit navigate on autopilot. You can control all this from your phone as well.
Oh, okay.
So you can, you know, preheat the car in the winter or pre-cool it in the summer.
Okay.
So yeah, really, really handy stuff there.
Okay. And Luder, like, what about the launching and all that stuff?
Yeah, so you'd have to go into the pedals and steering section there. And then you'd be putting it in like drag strip mode.
Drag strip mode, and that'll just launch this.
Yeah, it'll kind of show you, you know, what you have to do. You know, both feet on the pedals, and then you release.
Okay, I'll figure that out.
Yeah, so that's a lot of fun.
Yeah? All right. Okay, that's it. We're gonna scare the shit out of these two guys.
Oh my gosh. I'm putting my seatbelt on. Let's see what this 1,000 horsepower Tesla can do. Holy God.
Holy shit, it's all fucking everyone in the car.
Wow. Oh my God. That kind of freaking power?
And there's 4 people in the car right now.
Yeah. Oh my
There's
God.
800 pounds
See
in
how
the car
it pushes
right
you
now.
back? Pushes you right to the seat.
Dude, there's 800 pounds in the car right now and it's doing this. I don't think I can go back.
No, this is
Like,
like
as soon as you push
the
the
pedal, the response.
You're on
it's
100
instant.
kilometers an hour, you hit the pedal,
It's
you have the
instant.
same acceleration.
Unbelievable.
Right? It goes to 1,000 horsepower and it stays there. It's crazy.
You're saying you're not gonna go back to gas after this?
I don't know, man. The
That's
power
the
is
power
too
is
addictive. Like the handling, the braking is not there, but just look at that. It's just way too much fun.
Wow.
It feels like everybody else is analog and you're digital.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Like it feels like, you know what I mean? It's like these are like cassette tape players right now. Like, that's what it feels like.
No, electric cars are the next thing. Already here.
They're here.
Yeah, they're here.
They're here. But you know what though? If all the cars in the future are gonna be like this, they gotta do something because not everybody can handle the car like this.
Yeah.
You're excited?
Finally,
You got your Urus?
came through.
I always come through.
What? I don't know, always, but
Now you can be the big cheese having 2 Lambos, a winter and a summer car.
no, I told you I want the. I'm telling you to buy the Huracan for me.
Huracan? What Huracan?
There's the blue Huracan that's for sale.
Why do you want a Huracan for?
Because it's convertible.
And it's easier to drive?
No, because then I'll have a truck.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know that Huracan is a rear-wheel drive, eh? It doesn't have as much horsepower as a real
No,
Evo.
I just want all the products from Lambo, but I want a truck, the SVJ, and then the Huracan. It's a convertible.
Okay.
So see if you can. What you can do is see if you can make the trade happen with the GT3 RS.
Yeah. We'll make a deal happen, but I want to race your SVJ against my Tesla.
No, that's not gonna work. That is fucking crazy. I've been in race cars before, and I've never seen that before.
So
Seen what?
The Tesla Plaid.
The Tesla. What is it? Plaid? Holy shit! And I'm really against electric cars because I'm a true, as you can see.
Sean has probably one of the fastest production cars.
Oh no, not even close.
Right? What would you think against racing that Tesla?
Not even like the SVJ's maybe 40% of what I just saw. That is unbelievable. Like, that's why I told you I'm challenging you.
It's a mind changer, right?
Yeah,
So,
but no,
wow.
I'm a solid. But what I'm gonna do?
But you can drive that every day.
That's true.
Right? You can drive
I'm
it
gonna
every
challenge
single
you.
day. Yeah.
I'm gonna challenge you to Cayuga.
Yeah.
You bring that thing
Yeah. Versus?
versus the SVJ, and we need you to come and film
Okay,
it.
I'll get to this. I'll give him 10 cars.
10 car lengths.
I'll give you 10 car lengths.
I don't know about that.
I think so.
No, not that much.
I still think
You know you're talking. Well,
it beat the SF by 20 cars.
did it?
Yeah.
Is that the same? Is that the same?
Yeah, that's the
Tesla as
plot.
you?
Yeah.
Can't
It's
believe-
4,800 pounds. It's not a light
Not
car.
a light car, yeah, because of the battery.
Just
Oh, okay, my
You
buddy
were-
there with the.
he warms up his tires.
Yeah.
You sure you don't want the 10 cars?
No, hold on. Let me see if he catches up. He won't catch up in a quarter mile. It's not enough. But I think in the long run,
No, it hits 200 miles.
does it?
Like 10 cars won't be enough.
Oh shit.
Like just watch this go. Watch it go. It's just gone.
Does he have it on launch mode? You think?
Yeah.
How much would you have to spend to get that sort of power, but petrol?
This wouldn't be a production car that can go this quick. It has to
No.
be a funny car or an alcohol car. Or...
No
But
production
with those,
car.
it's always the weather, the tire, the driver, the reaction
Yeah.
time. This is
effortless.
like anybody can do it. I couldn't believe the
You can
power.
put a 16-year-old kid in
Yeah,
that
which is
car,
the danger.
and he'll
That's
run
what I
9
was-
seconds in a quarter.
That's what I was
crazy.
concerned about. Like if that happens, a kid having power like that.
It's
That's
1,000 horsepower. It's
I know.
crazy. A lot of inexperienced drivers will get
that
into
would
it.
be very dangerous. That's what my concern was. I'm a bike guy as well, and the bikes today, 175 horsepower. These parents are buying them for their kids. It's super dangerous.
That's faster than a bike.
I know.
The funny part.
That's
Faster
crazy.
than a bike.
In the racing world, every second
What does it
costs you hundreds of thousands
What
of
does
dollars.
it cost to get a car to do 9 seconds?
That's what I'm
quarter
saying.
mile?
So between 9 and 8 will cost you another 100,000-200,000.
Yeah.
Between 8 and 7 probably cost you 300 grand.
I was talking to Robbie Robb with his
Right.
1700.
Yeah, 1700
He's got a
GTR.
1700 horsepower GTR. He spent over $300,000 US on that car
Ongoing, I know him.
to make the
Yeah.
car go 8 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's doing it out of the box.
Yeah.
And I can do it every single day in every launch until the battery totally dies. This is the feature that I find crazy. I can actually summon
the car.
Look at the, I can summon the car to come to me.
That's right.
I haven't been impressed in a car.
Yeah, that was crazy. I've been in some.
I told him about
cars
this. He started laughing at whatever this and
like,
that. But
Tesla. That's not a car. If you wouldn't know it's a Tesla, I would think Porsche would have a product like that. Lamborghini.
they have the Taycan
right.
the Taycan Twin Turbo S, but it's not as fast.
Yeah. And it's not at that price point either, I think.
They're about the same. No, it's about 50. The
More,
Turbo
right?
S is about 250 grand.
Yeah.
But that is definitely faster.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is definitely faster.
Let me just put some of my stuff in this car, and then let's go in the office and finish the paperwork.
Yo, what's happening?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. What do you guys got today?
What we got today?
Something really cool, actually.
Oh yeah, we got a C63S and I believe a M4 Club Sport.
Yep, CS.
Nice.
Two really nice colorways, too.
Sure. Let's grab those keys and should we go check them out?
For sure. I call dibs with the M4 CS.
Alright, you can have the M4. I'm a V8 guy.
Let's go.
Good looking cars, huh?
C63S, M4 CS.
M4 CS.
What do you think CS stands for?
What is it? Club
Sport?
Club Sport, that's what it is. Yeah, I forgot about that one. So what, is that above or less in the competition package?
So it's in the middle, so it's the base M4.
Right.
Competition comes next, CS, and then GTS.
I see.
So like
Yeah,
3 out of
a
4,
lot.
right?
Not bad.
Some would argue that the CS is the best package, but obviously the GTS is the best package.
Yeah, I'd say so for
supposedly.
sure.
We're gonna find that out.
So what comes in the CS package?
Well, in the CS package, you get the badges, which is the biggest thing in
right,
CS.
of course.
But you also get these BBS rims.
These are BBS.
These are BBS, specific for this car. You won't see this in any other M4.
Oh wow.
Not the comp, not the base M4, not the GTS. GTS has its own wheels. You get the
Sure.
carbon diffuser,
Not bad.
quad exhaust. Other than that, the biggest thing for the CS package is the hood, which is color matched carbon fiber.
So that's carbon fiber under here.
Carbon fiber.
Oh,
so
wow.
this is saving a lot of weight. This is
Yeah.
probably the biggest savings in weight this whole car has.
And you know, most people show off that carbon fiber. I like
Exactly,
that they kept it.
but the color combination is really nice. Like
Agreed.
I prefer color matched carbon.
For sure.
Like I prefer that. It looks better on the car. This is called a deep vented hood.
Deep vented, huh?
Not exactly deep vented. we'll just go with
That's
that.
just for the M4 CS, right?
Just for the M4 CS. Just this one has the deep vented hood, carbon fiber, and specifically this design too in this car. Also carbon fiber roof. but
whole roof, huh?
Competition comes with this, and so
Yeah.
is the GTS. So
Yeah,
this is
yeah, we've
nothing-
seen it
they're
on a
not
couple
really-
of our M4s.
This is not specific to the CS, not specific to like some certain package.
True.
They all pretty much get this. So we'll see how much weight savings this car really brings and how good it is against the competition,
That's true.
which is right over here. 2020 C63, one of the nicest coupes in the market. We're gonna
Agreed.
find out if there's a better coupe than the M4. What do you think looks better right off the bat?
Right off the bat, that's a tough one. Honestly, I love the styling of that M4. It's just the color too. The color
Yeah,
with the BBS rims, I think that wins me over in styling.
In styling?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'm
What
gonna
about you?
have to go with the C63. I think this coupe from every angle looks really good. It's not a sunny day out today, but in the sun, this car hits from every angle. It looks really
sure.
good. So this car is a 2020, so it's upgraded. Like it's got the refresh model.
Right.
So you get the AMG GTR style grille. You get wider hip. Like if you look at this car from the back
Oh, yeah.
and from the front, like the hips are wide.
Yeah, you can tell the
It's like a
difference.
factory
between,
wide body kind of thing going on over here.
For sure. You can
Looks
tell
really
the
good.
difference between the C43 and 63, right?
It also got an updated bumper, so the intakes are much larger.
Oh wow.
You got AMG. These wheels.
These wheels, these
These are
themselves could
really
win me
nice
over.
wheels. Like I could put this in a
Agreed.
lot of cars, and I think they look really good.
The whole setup from the rim
Yeah.
to the brakes.
Got the V8 bi-turbo on the side badging. For me, this is already one step ahead of the CS because it has a V8.
Right.
This,
Right, the V8.
This engine is going to be rare. It already is rare in the current market,
That's true.
but it sounds better to me.
Oh yeah, you get that rawness
It's
out
a
of the
V8.
V8.
Who does want a
Can't lose
V8?
with
What do
a
we know
V8.
AMG for? V8.
Right, exactly.
Bi-turbo V8. So this is like their signature engine. Let's go take a look at the inside.
Let's do it.
All right, so this is the interior of the M4 CS. Right off the bat, I have to say, I do not know if no handles and no cup holder And no armrest is worth all this weight saving.
I feel you on that. Yeah, I'm sitting
There's
here.
literally nothing. Like, you know, one of the main things for a car is it needs to have a handrest.
That's true.
So what are you gonna do when you're stuck in traffic?
Yeah,
Which is where this car is gonna be. Let's be realistic.
That's true.
Half the owners will not take this to the track where it's supposed to be, right?
If you're sitting in the backseat here, you have nowhere to even hold on to.
There's nothing. Like my hand, I don't know where to place my hand on the left side or the right side. Yes, it's supposed to be in the steering wheel. We know, all about driver safety, but it's a lot to give up just in the name of weight saving. But, and there is a but, and the but is that these seats are really nice. These bucket seats, you can't go wrong with any bucket seats, right? And C63 or this one, or the RCF, these bucket seats are really nice. They feel really good. It's pretty stiff. We're gonna see if it actually really holds me in place. Other than that, Alcantara steering wheel. I love Alcantara steering wheels.
Can't go wrong with Alcantara.
Yeah,
That's the best steering
It's
wheel.
got a little of a trim Alcantara 2 CS badge over here. That's what you paid for. That badge right there. So instead of having a door handle to close the door, you have a strap for weight saving. It's a little funky to get used to.
Yeah, what do you think about that one?
It's kind of cool. It's a little cool. I don't know. Again, I really don't know if all this is worth the price hike from a competition, right? Nevertheless, it's still an M4, so it's going to be a fun car to drive, right? It's going to be a fun car, and I guess the weight savings will help in that sense. Especially if you track it, you're going to feel the weight savings, and the wheels especially, right? And all this extra stuff, like the carbon fiber composite door inserts, not the actual door, the inserts are only carbon fiber. Those are cool. The handle is pretty cool, right? It makes you feel like you're in a race car. All right, let's start this thing up, see what it sounds like. Again, V8 has got like...
Yeah.
I'd take the V8 sound over this any day.
It's a little
I'll just put it in all those
M4,
sport modes, see if it changes anything. Pretty much same noise, nothing crazy. All right, let me give it a little... That sounds good.
It
Sounds
On
good.
the high end, it sounds really
When it's redlining, it sounds good.
nice and crisp.
Yeah, it's a good car. Let's take it for a drive and see what it's really about. Alright, so now we're on the road really driving this thing. And remember, this car is a 7-speed DCT, dual clutch transmission, which means I have to shift or the car will not shift for me. So we don't want to be lagging behind in first gear all day. Off the bat, it feels very responsive. It's a very responsive car. That's what the true M experience is, right? To have a very responsive car. Ooh, a little kick out there. Too much throttle. It's okay. That's what this car's meant to do.
I gotta say, the back seats are pretty comfortable.
Yeah?
Yeah, man, I got plenty of space. You're sitting at your full driver's side.
Would you be comfortable sitting in that for a long drive?
I don't know about a long drive, but it could definitely...
How about if I'm throwing you around the track?
Definitely.
Definitely?
One thing is, though, I have nowhere to hold on to, so that might be a little problem.
Weight savings. It's all the weight savings. Come on now. M has always been one of the best handling cars in the market.
I mean, I guess the weight savings is really the big plus in this car.
It is. I'm pretty sure that's all you really buy this car for, right?
Yeah.
It's the weight savings. This is driver oriented, as they say. But it's cool, right? It's still cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying I don't know how practical it is in a car like this.
Yeah.
Well, one thing's for sure. This is still an M4.
For sure.
It's still like this thing drives amazing. Like this is. The steering is so responsive. So when we put it in Sport Plus, which I have right now, and I have all the suspension on, the steering on, and the gauge cluster on Sport Plus, which is the highest setting for these M4s, feels really good. It's not too aggressive.
I gotta say that, like, I'm bouncing around back here, but it's nothing too hard.
Yeah, it's not uncomfortable.
Smooth,
These seats are really helping, right? These seats is what it's meant to do. It's really helping. I feel stuck, glued to the seat, the way the tires are glued to the road.
Exactly.
It's got a really good braking radius. It's got a really good turning radius too. But this is what this car is about. Hard acceleration.
Definitely.
You can hold it really nice into that apex and give it a little throttle. Hold it tight.
In those too.
Come out and you're perfectly fine. That's not a car.
Yeah.
I'd even dare to say that this is probably second to the 911 in terms of handling. Of course, not the GTS, but like the M cars in general might be second best car in terms of handling, which is a big statement.
That is a huge
It's
statement.
a big statement. I know it's not number one, but it's a big statement with the likes of Mercedes and Audi in the mix, right? So final thoughts on this car would be, like, what would be one good thing for you on this car?
I definitely like the styling of this car. I just walked in front of it, and honestly, it's a good looking car with those BBS rims and the gray color. You just honestly,
especially in this colorway. I don't know what other colorways they have for the CS option, but this colorway especially looks really good on this car.
Even with the hood scoop, I think that little extra feature adds so much aggression to the car.
You can go to a car meet and be like, I have a deep vented hood scoop.
Exactly.
That alone, you know,
You can say that.
that's a cool thing to say. Whether it's functional or not, it's a cool thing to say. Good thing for me would have to be suspension is really good on this car. Undoubtedly, the suspension is really good. And I also really like the steering. It's really good.
The steering's nice.
The steering feels really good. It's very
nice,
responsive. It's very nimble. It's light on its feet. And I know I was saying the car was heavy at first, but it is very nimble on its feet, and it feels really smooth in Sport Plus, which not a lot of cars do.
Now we're in the AMG C63S. Rich, how's the space back there?
I'm trying to find reasons to complain right now. As of right now, I have no complaints.
Yeah?
It's honestly,
Okay, that's not bad.
headroom is pretty good.
Yeah?
Legroom is decent. Seats are good. Like, seats are actually really nice. They're very comfy.
I can see the same.
And the red seats look really good, right?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I like how they brought that all the way to the back seats too.
Yeah.
Then it cheap out right
red interiors always look good on
for
cars.
sure.
And
Especially if
AMG
it's
has
a
a really
Merc.
nice red package in terms of their colors.
I agree.
It's a really nice color. I'd always go with the red seats when it comes to an AMG.
Definitely.
Probably. Like, I can't think of any other reasons why you wouldn't get the red seats.
Oh yeah.
Simply looks the best.
No, for sure.
For sure.
So let's turn this thing into sport mode and let's take it out for a spin.
I have something to say already.
What's
this
up?
car sounds so much better than the M4 CS.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, right off
Like,
the bat, the sound note in this car.
I can't understate how good a V8 sounds in a car and how necessary it is to have a V8 in a sports coupe.
Oh, agreed. Along with that, you get a very powerful engine pushing 503 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. With that power, you get a crazy sound note, like Rich said, and you can hear it in Sport Plus, in Sport mode, and sometimes even in Comfort. When you change off to Comfort mode though, the exhaust kind of quiets down. The suspension gets a lot softer.
So tell me about the new upgrades that come with this refresh in terms of transmission and all those other good stuff.
So for the transmission, in the 2020, you get a 9-speed automatic gearbox, which is 2 gears above from the last generation.
Which is that 7-speed, which was it was quick.
Yeah, it was.
But this is quoted to be pretty fast, right? And how fast are we talking over here?
Oh yeah, you get 0-60 at about 3.7 seconds, which is very impressive numbers.
This is the bi-turbo. Obviously, in bi-turbo, I know people might say bi-turbo and twin turbo are two different words. They're essentially
the same
thing. They're both
two turbos.
Two turbos, just placed differently.
Exactly.
But we won't talk about all that stuff. It's still a twin turbo V8.
And the transmission from this car is actually pulled out of the new E63. So you get all like the luxury feeling of suspension, and you get that balance of and luxury of an E63 as well. Any driver's standpoint, if you get up behind the wheel of this thing and just feel that raw power and you hear that noise, like, it's just bound to put a smile on anybody's
exactly.
face.
That's what AMG cars should be.
Definitely.
Right?
So let's take this opportunity while we're at the red light to just take a minute and look at the interior in here. When you first sit in this car, you're greeted with these comfy, large sports seats. They're in red and black and with the red stitching, so it matches everything in the car. In front of you, you have a beautiful, large Alcantara steering wheel with a little red line at the top to let you know when you're centered. This steering wheel just feels great in the hand, and Alcantara is always a great grip for any sports car, I'd say. And with the new 2020s, they actually give you your drive select in the middle, so you don't actually have to go over to the middle to change your drive select. You could just switch it over here in this little circle, which I think is really neat. The new digital dash is specific to the 2020s. I think it looks really cool. You get a nice sports feel out of it.
And I mean, it changes too, right? Every time you put it into a different mode.
That's true.
It gives you like this race car kind of vibe. where you get like your own setting for everything.
Exactly.
The
yeah.
dials change, the gear ratio changes, everything lights up, and it's all fancy and stuff.
And it's the little things like that that makes a Mercedes.
Yeah, exactly.
A Mercedes.
What makes an AMG product, really, honestly.
Exactly. You have a giant center console, all carbon fiber with your AMG badging.
That's some really nice carbon fiber.
Oh yeah.
It reflects this car really nicely.
So along with your upgraded screen and your touchpad, we do get a couple new features in the 2020. You have a vehicle option, which you could actually just go ahead and look at all your performance basically as you're driving. You get your transmission, dynamics, suspension, exhaust info. You can also see how much fuel your car is consuming, as well as your operator manual, everything right in the middle. We got a nice road right here. Let's give it one last trip, shall we?
Oh, God.
Those brakes work really well too.
Well, they better. The money you're paying for those Brembos.
For real.
But yeah, this car just picks up.
Oh yeah, man, that torque, you can feel it right away.
Exactly.
I think it actually picks up at around, the turbo starts spooling at around 1700 RPM. So.
Well, you felt the turbos and the suspension and all that. I felt the absolute
a little different
rumbling,
back there, huh?
the rumbling this V8 makes, and I love it.
Yeah. Now that we're back, let's give our final thoughts on these two beasts. What do you think of the M4?
So while the M4 is lightweight, is a really good track car, and has all these extra little pieces here and there that make it really a cool option,
right.
I'm going to have to go with the C63S.
Really?
I will have to take this car.
Okay.
With this car, I think it's all around better package. So the interior is nicer. The transmission feels much smoother.
Oh, for sure.
The V8 sounds better,
That's
feels better,
yeah.
drives better.
Agreed.
I like the styling of this car better too. That being said, so what do you think about these two cars?
Oh man, that's tough. Like you said, if you're trying to go to the track, this is definitely a track day car. Like everything, you know, from the weight savings to the brakes, everything about this car is made for the track. But this car just might check off everything you need for the perfect daily drive.
Exactly. And not to say that this is not trackable too. Like I would still take this a track, which is why I would choose this car over this, because all around, better package. So the best thing about Platinum cars is that we got every option you're probably looking for. So we have the base C63, we have the C63S,
C43s,
C43s, and then we also have all the other classes. And we have the same thing with the M4. So we have the base M4, we have the M4 competitions, we have the CSs.
Even the new M4s if you're looking.
Exactly, we have the new shape, the new body style M4s, and then we have all the other M cars too, right?
So after we've reviewed these, I think there's one last thing we gotta do.
What's that?
I think we gotta test the sound, see which one sounds
True,
better.
we haven't done that yet.
Exactly.
I already have a feeling of who might win, but
I think so.
I want to open my mouth. Let's take a look at that.
So two completely different sounds from that, huh?
It does. And well, this is the V6 and that's the V8.
That's true.
I'm still gonna go with the C63.
I'm gonna have to go with the C63 too, but honestly, this is not a bad
It's not
sound.
bad. It's very raspy.
It is
That's very rumbling, and I love a rumbling sound, so I'm gonna go with the C63.
Yeah, I agree. But guys, let us know what you think in the comments, whether you like the C63 or the M4 CS better. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you are looking for a new car, make sure to check us out at platinumcars.ca. We've got a great selection. Whether you're looking for an M4 or a Mercedes, we got it all. So check us out, and thanks for watching.
I'll see you next time.